Have you ever come across the phrase the second curve? I first heard it in a talk by Charles Handy, a British management thinker. The idea is simple, but honestly, it's stuck with me ever since. Our lives and our careers usually follow a curve. They rise, they peak, and at some point they plateau or even begin to dip. But what if, just before that decline, we start building something new, a second curve? One that lets us keep growing, keep learning, keep contributing, even if it looks completely different from the first. And that's what today's episode is all about. I'm Sanjay, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the second curve. If you're in your 50s or 60s, chances are you're already climbed pretty far on your first curve. You've done the jobs, managed teams, seen some wins, take some hits. You built something. But now what? What comes next? And how do we start building that second curve without losing momentum or our sense of purpose? Let me share a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Ravi, spent over 3 decades in finance. Really solid guy. Brilliant at his job, reliable, respected. But a couple of years ago, he took early retirement. And at first, it felt like freedom. No alarms, no boardroom stress, time to travel. For 6 months, it was bliss. But then something shifted. That feeling of, floating, of not being needed, of being busy but not really useful. That's when he started asking, what next? Fast forward to today, Ravi runs workshops for young professionals on financial literacy. He also consults with a few NGOs that need help with financial planning and oversight. And you know what he said to me the other day? I have never felt more alive. His second curve looks nothing like his first, but it's full of meaning, full of purpose, and it gives him a reason to get out of bed every single morning. And that really is the heart of it, isn't it? What gets us out of bed in the morning when there is no boss waiting, no paycheck at the end of the month? What keeps us going? Let's break it down. First of all, recognizing the need for a second curve. So, not everyone feels it right away. Some people fight it, try to stretch the first curve as far as they can, and that can get exhausting. The truth is, our world changes, we change, and holding on too tightly to a past version of ourselves, that can hold us back. Building your second curve starts with one thing: realizing this isn't a decline, it's a transition. The second is reframing identity. Now, this one's big. Who are we when the job title disappears? We've spent decades introducing ourselves as head of sales or partner at XYZ firm and whatnot. And then that's no longer true. Now, it can feel disorienting. But here's what I want you to remember: you are not your designation, you are your values, your experiences, your story, your skills. I once met a retired Navy officer at an event. Someone asked him what he did now. He smiled and said, I'm in the peace business now. I babysit my grandkids. He had made that shift beautifully, from uniform and command to family, community, and even writing. He's found his second curve. The third is about experimenting without pressure. Here's the good news: you don't need all the answers right away. Your second curve doesn't have to start with a grand plan. It can begin with something small, a side project, a bit of mentoring, short consulting gigs, volunteering, or just learning something new. You've done the deadlines, the appraisals, the performance reviews. Now you get to explore. Maybe it's a business idea, or teaching, or writing, or gardening, or travel with a deeper purpose. You know what? Try this. Think of three things you love doing, then three things you're good at, and three things the world needs. Where these overlap, that's your second curve waiting to be discovered. The fourth space is about building community. There's something I'm noticing more and more. People who thrive in this next chapter, they are not doing it alone. They've built or joined communities, learning circles, book clubs, walking groups, volunteering squads, accountability buddies. Your second curve isn't a solo climb. You need people around you to push you, laugh with you, learn with you. The fifth part of this is letting go of perfection. This one actually might be the hardest because your second curve may not bring you the same money or title or status as the first one did. But that's okay because this curve is not about proving yourself that you've done enough. This one is about being yourself, doing things because you want to, not because you have to. And that is powerful. So I met a lady once, probably in her early 60s, soft spoken, graceful. She told me she'd always loved classical music, Hindustani vocals, but life got in the way work, kids, everything else. After retirement, she signed up for classes. Her goal? To sing confidently at her community gathering by her 65th birthday. And you know what? That's the second curve. It's not about scale, it's about soul. So here's what I leave you with. Your first curve brought you wisdom, experience, resilience. But your second curve, that one's yours to design. Don't wait for a crisis or an external push. Start now. Start small. Start with curiosity. Because what if you really do live to be 100? Wouldn't you want to live it fully? Let's build that next chapter together. Thanks for listening. See you in the next episode.